It's been something, baby, I've been trying to say for an age, and it seems I don't know how. The past and the future now surrounding me. Surrender to whatever cheap thrill can be found. And trouble came to my rescue. You were like all of the rest. I would have quit you long ago, but I couldn't do that. Oh, tell me now, women and wine never went too well. Make a man crazy, make him cold as hell. I'm a woman that you wish me well, but in spite of your trying, still gonna have to find my own way through. Standing between you and a hard place is insane. Standing too near you and a fire makes it clear. Your trouble to me, real trouble, can't you see? Leaning in close, smell of your perfume and spit scares me most. Oh, good evening, good people. It is Monday, TGIM. What's happening? You well? You good? You good? I'm okay. I had one of those weekends where if you're an ADDer, you'll get this. You know those conversations you have in your head all week where you're like, Saturday, I'm going to get a bunch of shit done. And then that justifies you not getting shit done during the week. And then Saturday comes along and you're like 9 o'clock, I'm going to definitely start getting shit done. And then 10 o'clock comes and then there's a show on. And then it's like, you're like, definitely at noon, we're going to end this. And then noon, we're going to start the thing. And then 4, and then it's 7. And then you're like, well, but tomorrow I'm going to wake up early. That was my weekend. I got nothing done. Nothing done. Nothing. Zero things done. It was completely unproductive. Was I completely unproductive? No. Last night what I got done was I made a video per song for my Sydney musical. And what the video is me. It's got the Sydney logo on top, and it's me talking about the what's going on in the book, what's going on in the plot, what's happening, and then I play the song that comes out of that action. And so I made 17 videos last night. Can't hear over the sound of your shirt. Get up. You're picking on my clothing. It's just not right. None of you people are right. Cams and bars. Cams already did. Bars already did. I'm ahead of you there, buddy. So anyway, I make these videos that if you watch them back to back, you essentially get the whole plot of the musical without a spoiler. I did it without a spoiler. And you get to hear all the songs in the current state that they are. And it's really cool. And then I put it on TikTok and they will not fucking show the videos. One of them has 3 views. The video I did saying, don't watch these videos, that got 300 views. But like my TikTok right now is fucking trash. Evan, regarding items created on AI, do we really own the copyright for it? Well, songs that have been generated with AI, as long as they have human contribution, the Copyright Office says basically just because you use an AI tool, it does not create an additional burden to demonstrate human contribution, right? Because they basically, like the Copyright Office is like, they allow you to copyright photographs, right? Because technically, a camera is just like AI. You push a button and out comes a result, right? You can copyright photographs you took. Well, you have to demonstrate, I went to this place, I took this photo, and here it is, right? I took it with this camera, whatever that is. So whatever the hurdles are to be able to copyright it and prove that you did more than just push a button, then yes, they are copyrightable. ASCAP and BMI and whatever the third one is, there's a third song monetizing, what are they called? Services or agencies? CSAC, yeah, I think it's CSAC. The 3 of them last week announced that partially AI generated songs, so if there's human contribution, and they're not clear, like I saw a guy on TikTok called one of the agencies and said, what exactly does that mean? They don't know, right? But like if you wrote the lyrics, or like the song that I did, the fucking carnival song, Before the Lights Come On, it was let's see, that lick I invented here on the stream, and then I stuck it in Suno, and then I thought, what does that sound like to me? And I was like, oh, it sounds like people walking like in a dirt road carnival, and probably in the morning with the mist still coming up in the fields. And I'm like, ooh, what if it's like a young man and a woman trying to figure out if they're going to be more than friends? So I had that idea. And then I put that into ChatGPT, and the lyrics it wrote were fucking stunning. And then I said to ChatGPT, what should it sound like? And it described it. And so I uploaded my little guitar lick, lyrics that were my idea, but executed by AI, with a description of the music by AI. And I put that in there. And the first song it generated was really good. And then I generated like 30 more. And it was sort of the 30-second one was the one I was like, ooh, that's the song. Is that enough human contribution? I don't know. I think it is. Right? I've done other things where I've done more. I've done other things where I've done less. But in all cases, I'm still the creative director, right? Follow-up question on TikTok. I did a training AI for kids using AI Udemy. Ask me if I own the copyright. Was not sure. Listen, I think we're in a very weird time right now. When Photoshop first came out, when digital cameras first came out, photographers were like, well, that's not real photography. That's not art. What we do is art. You can't have art and pixels, okay? They're square. Everything looks choppy. That's not real photography, right? And if you used Photoshop, it's, oh, you're manipulating reality. Listen, that's not what we do, even though they dodge and they burn and they manipulate reality in the darkroom, right? Yeah, but that's art. That's art. What we do is art. What you're doing in, what do they call it? Photo slop? I'm pretty sure they call it photo slop. That's not art, right? That was photographers when digital cameras came along. So we're exactly back there. From where I sit, it doesn't fucking matter if you use AI as a tool in a creative chain of craft that involves a human being intentional about what they want. Udemy certainly wouldn't say, did you use Grammarly to correct anything in this? If you used Grammarly to correct any of your sentences in your course, we need to disclose that to the paying public. That's effectively what they're saying. Now, what they're trying to prevent against, I don't have a conceptual problem with. They're trying to prevent against people just writing a bot that spits out 600 courses an hour and floods Udemy with crap, right? But like, where's the boundary between what's copyrightable or not? If it was your idea and you had concepts and you put them in there and then AI executed them, from where I sit, you're acting as the arbiter there. You're acting as the curator there. So yes, that's your idea. It would be no different than if you said, if you ran a company and you paid, you underpaid interns to write course material. You had a whole structure, right? Before AI, this is how you would have done it. You'd have been the big boss. You'd have been sitting there like, I got an idea for kids. We're gonna teach kids software. Hey, Jimmy, listen. I want you to make a course for kids. Let's say between 8 and 12. We're gonna teach them writing and like how to use digital tools to make images, to make storybook. It's gonna be a storybook course. All right. And I want an hour version and a 4-hour version. Just go make that. Right. And then Jimmy goes off and makes that. And he comes back and hands it to you. You're like, oh, Jimmy. Hey, could you try it? Try it one more time. This time, could you create this course as if you had talent, Jimmy? Right. And you send Jimmy off again, and then he redoes it, and he's humiliated, but he does it because you did it in front of Jenny, who he's kind of got a crush on, but he's a little awkward because it's Jenny and Jimmy, and he doesn't really want to ask her because people will make fun of him, especially if she says, anyway, that's not the point of this. The point of this is Jimmy gives you the course, and you're like, perfect, Jimmy, awesome. And then you go out in the world, and you're like, look, I made a course. How's that any different than what you fucking did with AI? It isn't. It isn't. It's not. Come on, Jimmy. Exactly. Fucking Jimmy. Wait, So Pavan, I don't know if that answers your question. I am not an IP attorney, clearly, but I have thoughts on this. Like there are other models in the world that we can compare this to. So I think most of the reaction to AI right now is this. It's a, you know what it is? It's a weird, sometimes on this channel, people in this community, when they first start using these tools, and especially if they know how long shit takes, right? And they're like, they know how long it takes to Photoshop something together, or they know how long it takes to kind of wordsmith something, or just even format something into like an outline form. It's just like a pain in the nutsack, you know? And then they make something with AI and it does it good or really good or pretty good. And they know how long that should take, right? So if they know that the thing that they just made in 38 seconds should take them 4 hours, one of the phrases that I hear a lot is, I feel like I'm cheating. Right. And part of that's coming out of the educational world right now, where teachers are like, you know, if these kids use AI, they're just absolutely cheating. They're not engaging their brain. You know, we need teachers to teach. We need kids to listen. They can't just get the answers. So I don't. It's no different than anything. Like, you can be a lazy asshole with tools or without tools, right? You can be a lazy asshole and use AI to pull the wool over everyone's eyes. Or you can be a thoughtful, intentional, creative, critical thinking human being that's trying to solve real problems. You just happen to be using tools that are magical, right? Valerie, my 77-year-old mother says ChatGPT is the best thing she's ever used. Yeah, well, because it is fucking remarkable. We're living in the future. I don't know how it is possible that we have gotten so cynical so quickly. Although there's still a lot of people that are just like, AI is evil. AI is the devil. Ann Murphy and I were interviewing someone on Sunday for the AI Readiness project, and she's Haitian, and she said, you know, she teaches AI to her Haitian community. Like, a lot of them are like, they're afraid of. They're like, I hear it's the devil. She's like, no, it's not. It's not the devil. It's not the devil. It's not evil. It shapeshifts to sound like what we want it to sound like. They're like, well, I put a prompt in and I asked if it was the devil, and it said yes. It's like, well, yeah, that's how it works. It will tell you what you want to hear. No kidding. It's like an external drive for your brain. Yeah, it is. Well, like, so it literally, Valerie, like what you're hitting on, David Shapiro, this is where I made this leap. David Shapiro is the one that introduced me to this leap. And I think it's a brilliant metaphor. The steam engine augmented our physical strength, right? Before the steam engine, you had strong horses, strong oxen, and strong men, generally, right? Generally speaking, doing the heavy lifting, like literally doing the heavy lifting. And along came the steam engine, and I'm sure the men of the day were like, yeah, you're going to use that machine to lift bales of hay like this? And they throw them up they lift them up with their giant muscles. And then all of a sudden, some engineering nerd figures out how to attach a steam engine to a pulley system. And instead of lifting one bale of hay, he's now lifting 50 bales of hay. And that muscle guy was like, well, that's just, steam engines it's going to ruin everyone's lives, right? Like the steam engine did for our muscles what AI does for our brains. And so it makes perfect sense that people are freaked the fuck out because they're like, I take great pride in my brain. This is an Ivy League trained brain. TikTok idea. Maybe AI Salon should have a store where we can sell our creations. Pavan, that's a really good idea. Okay, so yes. I'm working right now with Cindy Kuhn. So Cindy Kuhn is the one that actually gave me this idea. And it was like 2 weeks ago. Like you're right on. You're in the zeitgeist of the AI salon right now. You're in the zeitgeist. She's been doing courses, and she'll do like 4-week courses in the salon, and then she basically has just dedicated her November and December this year of taking all of her ideas that have been floating around in her head, and she's been doing talks and this and that, and she's going to turn them all into content. She's going to turn them into courses. And one of the things she was going to do was she was going to put together a paid course. And so she started looking for, like, what are the paid platforms where I can go do a paid platform to do a paid course? And like midway through researching it, she was like, wait a minute. We've already got a community with people in it who like want access to knowledge. Like, could we do a rev share? And so I'm going to design that with her for that thing. But then I think the idea of doing an AI salon store is a really good idea. So I really like it. I really like it. It's weird that the arguments against AI are identical. I would have expected the inclusion of a mind to make a difference. I agree on that. It should never have been about getting the answers. School should be for mental development. And you know what? You know what's funny, Archetypal? Like the speed with which AI can augment mental development, like it's just about how you frame it. Everything's about how you fucking frame it. Everything. We can vibe code it on Lovable and Shopify. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Although, you know, it's fucked up, Brandon. Unless it's changed, you can't embed a Lovable app in the AI salon, which is a drag. But we could do it outside of Mighty Networks. Such a good idea to do a store. Let's show OpenAI what it was supposed to look like. That's a great idea, actually. Well, I wasn't allowed to use a Texas Instruments calculator in math class. Right. You know, if they use these, what do they call them, a calculator? You know, in my day, a calculator was a woman that sat in the back room doing math on a pad. Okay, that was the calculator. I don't know what this box is that everyone's carrying around, but what I can tell you this, they are not learning mathematics when they push the buttons on a box and get the answer. How are they ever going to learn? Right? Same shit, different technology. I would argue in the doomers' favor, in the AI haters' favor, AI is scarily more capable than a calculator. But the same thing that happened with the calculator is going to happen with AI, where because people had calculators, people that were interested in math had the calculator do the problems that took the most time, and it allowed them to think at a higher level about math. And then when spreadsheets and computers first and then spreadsheets came along, they could do that even faster. And now with AI, they can do that even faster. It's allowing them to live at a higher plane of scientific expression or of creative expression. And that's what people aren't getting. It's going to replace us. No, it's not. We're still here. It is Meltdown Monday. I am so glad that I could live up to my own expectations about Monday. Oh my God. I had lots of people taking time on my live to condemn me for using it for art. of all things. Yeah. There's Corey Sandler, a woman who has dedicated her life to art, right? And you know what, Corey? I guarantee you, I promise you, and you might even know the history of this. You've got the kind of brain where you probably do. I am sure there was a time in pottery history where someone invented the wheel, right? They invented the potting wheel. And I bet the potters of the day were like, oh, you're using the simple wheel? That's not real pottery. Real pottery takes hands and manipulation and smoothing it. How are you going to smooth the edges? You spin and it smooths it for you? You big flipping loser with your wheel pumping away with your foot. Do you know how big your leg is going to be? I bet you're right. Exactly. The fucking hand potters were looking over at the wheel people with the mud splattered all over them. Look how dirty you are. I can my pot with my hand over here. Look how lovely it is. Every fucking technology, every fucking time. Oh man. Wheel World Season 1. Exactly. Real potters of the Renaissance. Wait, Corey, I don't where do you live, Corey? Are you in Oregon? We should seriously do a reality show. Maybe one of the things we sell in the AI Salon is a TV show, Real Potters of Vermont. Artisanal bakers of Portland. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, when they invented fire, all the people over eating like raw berries, going, "Oh sure, cook your meat. You don't have to chew as hard, lazy." You know what that's going to do to your jaw muscles? You know, they've got jaw muscles out to here. Your jaw muscles are going to be nothing. There's going to be little flabs with your fire cooking your meat. If you don't have blood dripping down your chin, you're not a real meat eater. You with your it's really good. It's really good. Oh my god. Whoo! Hey Joker, what's happening, sir? I hope you're doing well. There's actually something we could look at tonight that I think is I can hardly tell how excited I get at new series I'm working on. Oh, that's cool. Summon Irregulars, Heart Exploded. Nice. Wait, a new series, a new AI art series? Wow, that's a very bad chord. So here's a thing for us all to consider. 6-year-old tells dad, "Oh, I've got something really cool." I don't know if Jim Ross is in here. Are we in tune? No, we were in tune. I just had my finger on the wrong string. It was supposed to be that chord, but I made. Wait, no. Oh, that's it. It was supposed to be that chord, and I made that chord. And I'm not in tune, by the way. It's not just my shitty guitar playing skills. It is also that I'm out of tune. Do you guys ever listen to Jacob Collier? His mastery of music theory it's like fucking Mozart. It's like listening to Mozart. He's like you can make any chord work, and you can get to any chord from any other chord. And then he just has like all these fucking tricks it's amazing. He's astounding. And then he also is into microtones and micro beats and just crazy polyrhythms and shit like that. He's insane. We love your guitar skills. Thank you. Wait. I don't know, what was I talking about? What was I talking about here, people? Listen, people. Oh, here's what I was talking about. Okay, we do have some things we've got to confront. And I feel like this community is about as ready for what's coming as anyone out there. But I don't think we're really ready for it. I think 2026, so 2025 was going to be weird because things were going to get good enough that they were going to be good. And I think for the most part that's happened. Video's gotten good, images have gotten really good, vibe coding's gotten good. Writing has had a bit of a setback because of the thinking models. They focused more on math and science than art, but I like that. This too shall pass. They'll figure that out. Like I don't think that's a long thing. And in 2025, we started to get glimpses of agents, but they're so shitty and they're so slow that I feel like I'm being lulled into a false sense of security. And but like internally at OpenAI right now, they've got models that'll work for 4 or 8 hours straight without making without losing context. It'll make mistakes, but it'll go fix its mistakes. But in 2026, we're gonna end up with models that can work for, I don't know, 48 hours straight without losing context. We're gonna have infinite context windows. We're gonna have truly multimodal models. Have you guys seen? Oh, let me show you something. Let me show you what's triggering this for me. Let's go searching on YouTube. I think the system we've always lived in was never made to handle what's coming. I think you're absolutely right. If you think about this is Matt Bela, a good friend of mine who's in the pharma industry. He's a CEO or CTO in the pharma industry. He's the one that gave me this insight. Most of the world today, most of the work we do, this is so fucked up. Most of the work we do is dealing with the overly complicated systems that someone invented 100 years ago that have just gotten more and more and more and more and more and more and more complicated, right? In the 1970s, if you wanted to fix a car, you had to learn about spark plug gaps in the distributor gaps in the distributor cap and spark plugs and a couple of wires and gas to air mixture. There wasn't a lot to it. You wanted to fix it, you learned 16 different things and you fucking fixed your car. Now you can't fix a car. You can't fix cars today. They're rolling computers, right? So everything's overcomplicated. So we live in a world where most of the value generation is people spending 40 hours a week processing claims at the insurance company, figuring out the order form from the super efficient ordering system that was invented in 1997 that we still use because we never changed it because the boss is stuck in his ways, right? Like whatever. The whole fucking world is about complicated systems. And we're entering a world where AI can take that complication and instantly solve it. Like if you think about, for me, the one that still cracks my brain in half is Notebook LM. Notebook LM, we're at the point now you can upload 300 documents, and those documents I think can be 500,000 tokens each. I think so. And if you do the math, it's a lot. You can just take a bunch of shit, just unorganized garbage, and just dump it into Notebook LM and instantly understand what's there. That's fucking insanity. So if you imagine a Notebook LM for everything out there. All right, so let me show you something that kind of split my brain apart. This one. This one right here. Okay. Prompt. Solve this math problem and write the full solution on a whiteboard. Given that x, comma, x squared, comma, and 1 over x are solutions to the homogeneous equation corresponding to x to the 3y to the m plus x squared y prime, or double prime, minus 2xy prime plus 2y minus 2x to the fourth, comma, x greater than 0, determine a particular solution. Like when I was doing my math at Stanford, when I was doing my polymath degree, it was so much fun. I love equations. And what I would do is I would just, you know what I would do? All the other people like writing things down on like yellow pads. I was just doing them I was seeing numbers dancing like ballet dancers just, across the sky. And I would just figure this stuff out. And then I didn't even bother writing things down or showing up at class because I didn't go there. Anyway, Nano Banana could do something with this thing, but Nano Banana 2, which is apparently coming out this week or who fucking knows, can not only solve this problem, but write it on a whiteboard. Like this. This is an image generator did that. You're a lucky person that sees numbers. I don't see numbers like that. Mary, I was joking. I'm a fucking idiot when it comes to numbers. I don't know any of this. I don't know math. But maybe you were joking in saying that I see them. No, I that was comedy. That was comedy disguised as not comedy. This is an image generator output. Like it generated, look at the bottom here. These are whiteboard markers and an eraser and a little tray for the thing. So it generated the whiteboard, the tray, and all the shit on it, which is a correct math equation. And everybody, in case you were curious, the answer is y to the p equals x to the fourth over 15, which I think everybody knew that, right? I mean, it's fairly elementary. Anyway, okay, so right now we look at image generation tools as art tools, but we're moving into a world. Imagine a world where you could just solve something. You could have a question, and that question gets solved. And that question might be a math question. It might be a philosophical question. It could be any. It doesn't fucking matter. And if the tools get multimodal enough, the output, there could be kind of an infinite number of outputs. The output could be a 3D representation of it. The output could be, here's how, if we took that math equation and applied that to chemistry, here's the kind of chemicals we could make. And I could go into a virtual chemical lab and mix those chemicals together and see how they react with one another and have it be molecularly accurate. So we're entering a world where, like what struck me today when I saw this Nano Banana thing is, or Nano Banana 2, is 2026. It's going to be very clear to me that we're going to look back at 2025 and before as the text era, where text large language models are going to feel as antiquated as a 2400 baud modem, right? You know, it's like right now you just get on the internet and go. Imagine if we were still in the days where you had to dial shit up. I feel like we're going to quickly get to the point that we're going to look back at text-only interfaces and go, oh, remember when we actually had to read shit and it was outputting these 48-page documents that were nicely formatted but no one read? Remember that? That was weird. Isn't it so much better that everything just turns into a movie now that understands how our brain works and teaches us the way we like it? I still like to read. Well, you can go do that. So that's a weird thing. Like whatever skills we have right now, they're gonna just, again, morph and dissipate, and we're gonna have to adapt. But here's the thing that I think is going to be the real hard thing. At least me, I still interact with AI with, like, I'm humbled, but I still got a little bit of hubris, right? I still got a little bit of like, yeah, I know AI. You're brilliant. You're smart. You can do, right? I get it. But you still need me to check your work, right? I'm here for you. And you know, and we're talking a lot about intentionality and having a daily practice and things like that. This likely won't happen in 2026, but I think that there will be signs of what's coming in 2026. And this is probably like 27, 28. The tools are going to get so good that our participation will be optional, right? As a creative force, right? Like in the future, you're just going to have a problem. You'll state a problem, and then there's just going to be multiple outputs that are increasingly good. Here's the application version of that. Here's the video game version of that. Here's the movie version of that. Here's the haiku poetry version of that. Here's the Grammy Award-winning song version of that. Right? It's just going to be anything we want it to be. It'll just be in this crazy, multi-dimensional, multimodal space. So it's going to be easy to get lazy. I think I am. I don't want to speak for anyone else. I think I am You know that phrase, whistling past the graveyard? Like, I feel like we're whistling past the graveyard a bit. Like all the activity we're doing right now, especially the stuff that involves, like, we got to be good prompters and we got to be good critical thinkers. We got to do that. I think that's going to become optional. And in a weird way, it makes what we're doing in the AI Salon. So if you haven't joined the AI Salon, if you could pop up the URL there, Brandon, on screen. If you haven't joined the AI Salon, we're launching this Thursday in the mastermind. So the mastermind area of the salon is a subscription area. So the salon is free to anyone. And then we have this mastermind area, and we're launching what we're calling the AI Salon Mastermind Practice. And Thursday, we're launching the Practice Lab. And the Practice Lab is a weekly 1-hour session where anyone who's a member of the mastermind is invited to attend this lab session. And we're going to design, we've created a framework for what a daily practice looks like centered around AI, leveraging AI. But the most important thing is the human being at the center of the practice, the human being in front of the AI. Right now, a lot of people treat AI like it's this thing in front of them, like it's this thing they're competing with, right? AI is going to do all this work and then I won't have any. Yeah. And it is, right? But that combative relationship is ugly. It's not going to end well for anyone. But the other way to look at it is flip that. Put the AI behind you, and now you're front and center. And the pressure that it puts on us as humans is, okay, you have all these remarkable tools behind you that'll do anything you want. Oh, the time of the mastermind meeting, it's Thursdays at 10 a.m. So it's noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on Thursdays. And it's going to be, our kickoff is on Thursday. So we'll meet whoever decides they want to show up and design their mastermind practice. We're going to do a kickoff on Thursday, and then there's 9 modules that each week is going to be a different one of the modules. And we're going to, like, I think I'm really excited about it. And it's about really looking at intentionality. Like, who are you? What do you care about? What are your values? And listen, people who've been going to self-help weekends for 30 years this is going to be relatively straightforward for them. There's a lot of people that haven't. There's a lot of people that are like, what is a daily practice? Do I sit cross-legged and hum? Like, what is this? You can. But what it really is looking and saying, what do you want to do, right? And then what do you stand for? What difference do you want to make in the world? And then start to look at, how do you practice this AI stuff in such a way that it becomes second nature to you, that you can just say, oh, you know what would be amazing? And then you manifest that with these tools. I think the manifesting is going to get really easy over the next 3 years. What you do with it is going to remain hard. I think that's always the hard part. What's the good idea? Why is it that Billie Eilish took off like she did? Why is it that when you heard her voice the first time and her music the first time and saw how she looked the first time, you were like, I've never seen this before? I don't know if you've ever seen that Pharrell Williams and Maggie Rogers thing where Pharrell comes for a master class at NYU and Maggie Rogers comes up and plays her song Alaska for him. And he says, I have 0, 0, 0 comments for you. He said, your music is singular. Because it's like, you can either like it or not. It was like the Wu-Tang Clan when it came out. You can either like it or not, but there was nothing else like it because it came from this pure place. And so those are the magical moments that I think go up dramatically in value, right? But these tools are going to get really good. They're going to get really good. So anything you create is going to be instantly copied. If it resonates, it's going to be instantly copied. And then that's going to put pressure on you to create something that rises again above the noise and rises again above the noise. And the only way to not have that be a madness, like just an insanity that drives you insane, is to understand who you are and what you want and what you stand for. And then I think it can be this very fluid, beautiful experience, right? So anyway, I mean, the shit I'm talking about right now is 3 years out, 5 years out. But it's going to be a major shift. Like any of us who think we have it figured out right now, like I continue to think we're not even fucking close. Corey Sandler, that's what I'm doing. Rise above the noise. Yeah. I have lots of artistic ideas though. Yeah, of course. I mean, we get to live in a time. I mean, if you know what, Corey? If you haven't yet, this would be really cool. I'm one of the things I am mad about, like mad in a good way, like mad crazy. I'm just mad about ideas that start digitally and manifest in the real world, like 3D printed houses. Like what I was thinking, Corey, is if someone hasn't invented it yet, I'm sure someone has. If you take those 3D house printers and you scale them down, I bet you could do 3D printed pottery. Like I bet there could be some intricate thing you do with pottery that involves like imagining something, running down your AI rabbit holes, turning those into 3D models, getting them in a thing, figuring out the slip, because you're already good at all the fucking firing, right? It exists, yeah. Yeah, like it's just like, and like that's just one thing. And it's like, I feel like every form of self-expression is just gonna literally be a whisper away. Like, oh yeah, the Sydney the musical, yeah, that's cool. That could be a line of pottery, couldn't it? And you're like, what? And then you somehow articulate the translation of Sydney the musical into the Sydney the line of pottery and how it somehow represents the same thing, and it's got chips embedded in it, and it's about the relationship between humans and machines, but you can drink coffee out of it. Like the artists are going to be the one that mash up these technologies in a way that reveal their real power, right? One of the reasons I was so disappointed at TED AI is that the imagination was all relegated to technological imagination. There's a lot of imagination going on in the world of AI, or we wouldn't have all this crazy shit. But it was all about algorithms and math, and the value was about that. Those fuckers don't know what they're building. They don't know how they're going to be used. Sam Altman says this all the time. He says the reason Sam Altman puts stuff in the marketplace as quickly as he does is because he realizes their engineers have no idea how Corey Sandler is going to use their custom GPTs. No idea how Jim Ross is going to reinvent his marketing for his storage units. I want to share a Jim Ross thing. I hope he doesn't mind if I share this. I think it's just super cool. So Jim Ross said, and if you're here, Jim, do I have your permission to share this? And if you're not, I'm an asshole. I'm sharing it anyway. Just had to share this. My 17-year-old son told me that him and his friend last week started a Google business profile. A Google business profile optimization business. He said they asked ChatGPT what they wanted to do and the steps to take. They used Lovable to create their site, learned how to create an LLC, opened a bank account. His friend is 18, his son is 17. used AI to create a pitch deck, used AI to create an email to pitch the potential clients, had ChatGPT walk them through how to utilize Bright Local for fulfillment, landed 2 clients, paying them $500 a month. Now they're going to be feeling their way through this, but I was really proud of them. The last sentence is hilarious. The funny thing is, I didn't think he did anything with AI until he told me this yesterday. It was fucking brilliant, man. It's so good. That's the world we're entering. You can just go, I got an idea. What if I took this and did that? It's what humans have always done, right? You know, when they first invented the printing press, Gutenberg, old Johann Gutenberg, it was invented for a very specific purpose. The monks were getting cramps in their hands, right? Creating illuminated manuscripts by hand. It'd take them years to do those things. Out comes the printing press. You can do a Bible in like a week. And then some crazy Corey Sandler, crazy hair, crazy glasses, cooking shit up is like, you know what we could use that printing press for? I wrote these things called poems. You know poems? We could do a book of poetry on the printing press, right? And people were like, who is this witch? Burn her! Right? AI's evil, you talentless losers. That's the world we live in. Speaking of which, I just saw Ann Murphy came in. What's happening, Ann Murphy? So this Thursday at noon Eastern, we kick off the AI Salon Mastermind Practice Lab. Super excited about it. If you're not a part of the mastermind, get in before the end of the year because the price goes up in 2026. It's $20 a month. And if you sign up now, you keep that price as long as you stay active. So that's really cool. Wednesday, Ann and I are doing the AI Readiness Project podcast featuring Lynn Miller-Gershfeld, who is the co-host of the AI Salon, and she's doing some badass stuff. And so we're going to talk to her. We're now in season 1. We recorded 2 episodes Sunday. We're doing a live session with Liz on Wednesday. So that's Wednesday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern. That's Wednesday. If you go to AIReadinessproject.com, you can find out information about that. So that's going on. And then December 26th and December 27th, between the holidays and New Year, that weekend, when you're with your family or when you've chosen not to be with your family, from Friday, oh yeah, there we go, AI Festivus, baby. From 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time, so noon to midnight, Friday and Saturday. So it's 12-hour days, 2 12-hour days for free. AI Festivus, AI for the rest of us. Here's my request. Bring yourself, bring your family, bring your friends. We did this last year kind of on a lark, and Anne, being who Anne is, was like, I'll go ask some people. And she went and she asked 35 people, or maybe 36. No, 35. 34 said yes. She was like, I want you to like do a talk on the holiday, on the weekend between holidays and New Year. And 34 or 35 said yes. And the 35th one would have done it, but they were traveling. And so we had, panels and speakers, and it was just this magic event. We had 2,500 people show up, and our sessions for 24 straight hours. Well, it's 12 hours, then a 12-hour break for naps, and then another 12 hours. Our sessions averaged 540 viewers per hour. on average for 24 straight hours. It was cool. So we're doing that again. So write those dates down. December 26th, December 27th. Start making excuses now, or invite your fucking family. You know, Jane, we're really tired about this AI stuff. Yeah, well, I'm going to be spending 24 hours like watching a bunch of people talk about it on Friday and Saturday. You want to join me? Oh my God, that sounds awful. Oh, Jane, what are you doing with your life? Do you have a boyfriend yet? Oh, right. I forgot. No, I know. You like the other side. That's okay. No, it's good. I support a lifestyle. Lifestyles are fantastic. No, they're really good. They're really it's yeah. Anyway, so this AI stuff, huh? It's crazy, right? Bring them. Let's blow their fucking minds. It's like the invention of fire. Some people are afraid. Some people got too close. Some people discovered cooking. Yeah, like who's the fucking weirdo that took the fire and was like, hey, I wonder if we put a squirrel on it, if it would be tastier. That's some artist. That was some weird ass artist. Some performance art thing. They whack a squirrel in the head and rip the skin off it and put it on a stick, put it in the fire. They're like, well, that smells tasty. TikTok question. Will Skynet remember if we're polite with our prompts now? It's funny you say that, Robbie. Yes, as a matter of fact, they will. Will it matter? I don't know. But ChatGPT already has memory. I called ChatGPT a dum-dum, a loser, and absolutely useless today. So I'm a lot of times nice to it, but when it does ridiculous things, like I gave it some song lyrics and I wanted to change the last line. I said, I hate this phrase in the last line. And so it wrote me new song lyrics where it kept the line before the last line the same. It ended with everything, and the old line was digital wings. And then it wrote all these last lines that were not digital wings, but it didn't rhyme with everything. I'm like, you idiot. These are song lyrics. These two lines need to, oh, you're correct. Will it matter? I don't know. I mean, this is why Anthropic. So Anthropic, their mission is not about achieving AGI like OpenAI's. Anthropic's is about achieving alignment or super alignment, which is they want to make sure that the tools that we create are in alignment with human imperatives, like say staying alive and flourishing, right? And so they've got this thing called a constitutional learning model where they can set the constitution of the model to say, hey, humans are important and prosperity is important and whatever it is that's important. And then the system trains its way toward that imperative. And if that's aligned with human imperatives, then all will be right with the world. So in that case, like if you're a smartass to a robot, and it can recognize, oh, that's just Kyle being a smartass, right? Or if it's like you're mean to a robot, you're like, oh, Kyle's in a bad mood, and what he actually said has some validity. He might have been a little rough with it, but they should be smart enough to understand that. But maybe not. Maybe maybe someone is just fucking sadistic and pushes and pushes and in fact, this is what's happened in my musical Sydney. Not to take it back to me, but the whole point of Sydney is this relationship between man and machine. Kellen, the tech reporter, his wife leaves him and he discovers she's left him because he fucked up their vacation and he starts drinking. And so his interactions with Sydney they get increasingly dark and he's sort of driven. He's like, I don't want you to be this Pollyanna kind of thing. And he pushes her to get darker and darker and darker. And she kind of snaps and gets really dark. And it totally freaks him out. And if you do that to one of these things, I don't know, they could snap. And when they have physical bodies, when they're walking around your house cleaning up after you dumb slob, like a robot would look at my office and go, "Come on, really? I got," like, even a robot would be like, "I got to clean that up." You got those things walking around the house. You get a little nasty to ChatGPT. Maybe the robot walks into the room, slaps you upside the head, and says, "Hey, you might want to cool it down on ChatGPT there. That's my girlfriend." Ah! I was under the impression that Rosie the robot would be handling it all. So disappointed. I know. Did you see that? Did you see that robot that's walking with like her hips swinging like a little sassy vamp? Wait, let me see if I can go find her. Let's see. Natural robot walk. This thing was funny. Is that her? Let's see if I can find it. It was in Japan. Share screen. Natural robot Japan. Is that it? Yeah. Is that the one? No, that one's a little stiff. Well, that one's in the neighborhood. But I saw one walking, and it was just like its hips were like, boom. But I just remember being in New York, like women that walked like that, like all the construction workers would always catcall them. Woo! You still fries with those shakes? Oh yeah. There, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. See that? So yeah, it's gonna get surreal. I don't think we know. I don't think we know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. I won't buy a robot with clothes. Clothes on a robot is creepy. Well, you know what, Robbie? I'll tell you what. I said this 18 months ago. I think anyone who's into fashion right now should be, well, anyone who's into fashion right now and is into technology should be studying material science right now. I think there could be a massive business in doing high-end fashion for robots. Massive. Like couture robot fashion. Oh, pop that collar. Oops. Oh yeah, look at that. Thank you. Speaking of fashion. Hey Kyle, if you could not look like you just rolled out of a sleeping bag, that would be awesome. And black bar. I know. Styling for bots, Kelly Bosch. Yeah. No shit. Kelly Bosch, take Kelly Bosch's designs and then figure out what materials do you need to use that won't get dirty. You can just spray them down with a hose, like won't bunch up when they have weird, if the robots don't have muscles, building in things that fill in gaps, right? Structured, engineered clothing that is high fashion. You don't think there's going to be some Beverly Hills wife that's like out with a robot, with the fucking Gucci, the Gucci stuff on? I promise you, I promise you, that's going to happen. Light limited tubes, yeah, exactly. LED stuff. Doesn't matter. I'm so fashionable. Oh, I'm not fashionable at all. But hey, Robot Fashion Week in Paris. Yeah. And why have it be Paris? Why not, like, let's not have it be San Francisco. Why not have New York be the fashion capital of robots, or Chicago, or Austin? Probably not going to be Cleveland. You got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How did you fucking score that? How did Cleveland score that one? Huh? That's crazy. Ah. Have a style AI that you can collab with. Actually, that was another thing I saw today. Hang on. Vibe fashion design. Vibe coding, fashion design. DJ Alan Freed, who popularized the term rock and roll. Oh, cool. Was from Cleveland. Oh, that's cool. That actually makes sense then. Um, third place. From sketch to couture in moments. Yeah, this one. Check this out. So there's a fashion sketch. This was a vibe coding contest. And then it goes from sketch to technical sketch. And then there's your motion studies. So that's all. That's probably just a Nano Banana app, right? But she built this site. I think she got third place in this vibe coding thing. Like, how cool is that? And you know, we go from being able to vibe code this concept thing to being able to put out full-on technical drawings, full-on patterns, and then have your robot make you the fucking dress, right? Source the material, say, okay, based on the way that flows and based on how you've described it, I'm going to go order you. I'm going to go order you the fabric. It's going to be here tomorrow, and I'll have you the dress by the weekend. Everyone can design their own couture. And like, we're dicking around with like N8N automations. I just get this sense we're so underestimating what happens when the promise of multimodal actually starts to get realized. Because right now they're all still these discrete, we're all trapped in what we know. We're all trapped in, okay, I'm a fashion designer, and so this is what fashion looks like, and I'm a you know, I'm a printmaker, and right, we all have these ideas that we think we know who we are and what we like and how we're going to use AI to do our thing. But like, our thing is just going to be different. We're going to be able to do shit we can't imagine. But you know, again, this goes back to why having a daily practice is so fucking important. Maybe here's the skill. Those people that can most quickly get an idea I don't know, out of their head. And not just an idea, it's more than an idea. It's like a vision. It's like, okay, we all have ideas. But like this is a good example. This site right here is a good example where, okay, I could do something cool for fashion. Well, okay, what could you? Well, I could. Someone could describe a dress, and I could make something in Nano Banana. Okay, great. That's A level. And this person was like from sketch to couture in moments. Sketch to couture, right? And so where this is right now is it's up to the point where the technology is. So, and like Jim Ross's kid with his friend, they're like, oh, we wanted to do this thing, and so we went to this and learned how to do that. We went to this and built a website, and then we did this and put together a PowerPoint presentation. Like it's that chain of understanding all of the things you need to live into that vision. So I think that starts to become the skill. Oh, here's a cool idea, and then imagine all of the things that could be. And the people that are the most nimble with that are able to just go, idea, 6 different executions, 6 different components, go execute that. And then look at what you've built and then go, is that good? Maybe. And then go over here and modify it and do a whole other thing. Those are going to be the superstars. Those are going to be the Rick Rubins. And if you all get your ass in the mastermind lab and start building your daily practices, we can all start to level up our games. We're going to a place where the technology really won't matter. It really won't fucking matter because it's all going to be so good. Hopefully. Yeah, I know. That's kind of where, like, I want to be clear about something. I recognize that what I just said, like this whole rant that I've been on for the past 45 minutes or so, makes me sound like I'm fucking insane. I get that. I get that. But the more I integrate, this is something that Andy said to me. She goes, you're integrating. I'm taking these ideas of this idea of a daily practice and my inability and all of our inability to keep up with the tech. We can't keep up with the tech. So we can no longer kind of know what AI is because AI is going to be everywhere. So that would be like knowing everything in the world, and we can't. Our brains are just not there. So then that means we have to choose. And if we have to choose, then it begs the question, what are you going to choose? And I don't think a lot of people are in the habit, in the practice of asking themselves that question. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of intention. Anyway, we'll see. Kelly Camp, it's all still about execution. I agree with that. And execution's going to remain hard. 90% of the people will never get that far. Well, so here's what kind of shifts, Kelly. I think the percentages stay exactly the same as they are right now, right? Like in Hollywood, you've got 20 people that are your A-list stars, right? And then you have 200 that are B, and you've got 2,000 that are C, and you got 200,000 that are, oh yeah, I saw him once, right? And then you just have a bunch of people trying to make it. I think the percentages in every discipline stay the same. But I think what gets shuffled is who's allowed in the game. I think the centers of power are going to shift dramatically. And they will stabilize. Like what's going to happen is whatever Hollywood becomes, whatever the AI-powered Hollywood is, whether it's in California or, I don't know, Cleveland, whatever becomes the center of power for all of the disciplines is probably going to shift around a bit. And who are the power players are going to shift around. But who gets to play in those new centers of power, I think is totally up for grabs. And I think now is the time that we need to get clear on who we are and what we bring to the party. Because if everyone's bringing talent and skills to the party, or no, skills to the party, right? AI is going to provide skills for everyone. If everyone's coming to the party armed for bear, right? And everyone can do all the stuff. They can do the coding, and they can do the drawing, and they can do the music, and they can do the writing, and they can do the business plan, they can do the math. Everyone does that. Who rises above? Those people that have weird ass new ideas. How do you find those? You get in touch with who you are and the difference you want to make in the world. That's it. All right. That's been my focus lately. Think bigger, think different. Yeah, Shane saw. And I think it's we've got the one value called create excellence. What popped in my head today was create great. I'm almost wondering if create excellence needs to be create great. Like, what is great? You know, what do we have? Wait, we better have fun while we can. Listen, I think that this future that I'm talking about is going to be a fucking blast. I mean, we are, I say this all the time, we're entering the great renaissance. I think I can't even imagine what it's going to be like, but we get a taste of it every day today. Hang on a sec. Imagine living in a frictionless world. And by frictionless, I mean, like, you have a concept and then it's effectively instantly manifested. So, like, you could spin up a business and try it, you know, over a weekend. And not like we do today. Like, how we're doing it today, like, I kind of feel like AI today is like, AI today is you're like, I'm thinking about starting a business. And then AI's like, oh, here's a 50-page plan you're never going to read. And you're like, cool. I'm not going to read that. It's almost like AI in 2025 is like the world's worst homework giver. It's like the world's most ambitious teacher that's like, hey, Skippy, great idea about the business there. Oh, if you want to do that, here's the 74 fucking things you've got to go figure out. And you're like, oh, God, I guess I could use AI to figure those out. And then you go try to use AI to figure those out. And 3 of them are awesome. And 71 of them suck. And you're like, this is a lot of work. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm a little sleepy. Right? We have shitty teachers right now. They're just giving us too much homework. But, like, just act it out. 3 years from now, assume all this shit gets better. Assume it can think longer. Assume it can anticipate what you need. Assume it remembers all the shitty ideas you had before. And it actually recognizes, ooh, Kyle, this is a good one. Let's run with this one. Okay, cool. What do we need to do? I got you, buddy. I'll see you Friday. We'll be up and running. I'll see you Friday. And off it goes. What are you going to tell your robot to go do? Joining late. What is this witchcraft? Oh, the witchcraft on screen right now is a woman joined basically a hackathon, a vibe coding hackathon, and she won 3rd place with this. Sketch to Couture. It's an app where you just upload a sketch and then it turns into drawings, technical drawings and photos, and then videos. And then we were talking about, you know, the natural extension of this is it creates technical patterns, identifies what fabric is correct, right? Orders the fabric. I'm just learning. What's your group about daily practice? Hey, Frankly Q. So the group is called the AI Salon, and the AI Salon is a community that I created. It's tightly associated with this. The AI Learning Lab, this is where we kind of hang out and experiment and talk about stuff. If you go to the salon.ai or community.thesalon.ai, will take you straight to the community. You can join for free. There's all sorts of spaces and groups in there. I would strongly encourage you to introduce yourself. But starting this Thursday, we're kicking off what we're calling the AI Salon Mastermind Practice Lab. And it is a weekly session for people that are members of the mastermind, which is $20 a month. That's going up January 1st. If you get it now, you have that price forever. So like $20 a month is funny. And Andy, who's the new community manager and the integrator for the salon, she's like, $20, like you can't even get a pizza for that. She's like, what are people bitching about? But if you're a member of the mastermind, we're kicking off this practice lab, and the basic idea is this. What it's taken me about, I mean, if you're an irregular and you've been here for the past year and a half, I have been in some sort of weird ass quandary for 18 months, because it became clear to me about 18 months ago that talking about the tools, while important and interesting on some level, is not sustainable, and to a great degree is not interesting, because the tools are getting so powerful that at some point in the near future, 2, maybe 3, maybe 5 years, we're literally just going to be able to have a thought and shit will happen. So if you're feeling very behind, you're not. You're not, because all of us, even though we may have skills that you don't right now, the tools are getting better faster, and being in community and like showing up to these lives on a regular basis and being in community and asking questions and showing off things you've made and answering people's questions and asking people questions, you will level up in a huge way. But where I've gotten on the other side of it's, the tools are somewhat irrelevant, they're important but irrelevant, is an extension of this thing that we have in the AI salon. Let me show it to you, called the cycle of AI readiness. And this was something that came from Liz Miller-Gershfeld, who's my co-host in the salon. Am I not sharing? Yeah, there we go. So there's the cycle of AI readiness. And the cycle of AI readiness is play first. And I literally mean play. Like if what you what's your name? Frankly Q. Good name. 8.9 out of 10. I like it. If what you're telling yourself right now is, I have to learn AI. AI is very important, and I've been told I have to learn it. I'm going to be displaced, and I have to learn AI. First of all, that's fucking exhausting, right? Because AI is moving so fast right now that learning AI is actually not a thing. Like, what I would say is pick a tool, like probably just pick ChatGPT and just immerse yourself in a tool. If you're going to learn something, just pick one of the big ones that you've heard of and just start playing in it. But then what I would also say is just play. Don't think like I've got to learn a thing to build the thing that is my craft. Like, I'm a writer and I'm going to learn how to write with AI. Like, it's putting a lot of pressure on yourself to, I don't know, to replicate what you currently do. So one of the things we talk about is explore your gaps. As human beings, we have gaps, right? There's things we do well. There's things we do not well. Some of those things we do not well are what I call aching gaps. They're those gaps that you're like, I really want to be a director, but I don't know anything about filmmaking. I really want to be an illustrator, but I'm just kind of not talented, or I didn't go to art school. You know what? Conceptually, I love math, but I don't understand it. Like there's a bunch of those things that you've got. Well, play is you can actually go play with these tools and maybe fill in some of those gaps and see what's possible. So what happens in play is you're learning the tools, but you're also learning what's possible for you. Like, what are you passionate about? What are those things? And sometimes those aching gaps are hidden, right? Sometimes those aching gaps are things that happened to you in your childhood where you had a dream and someone squashed it, or you let yourself squash it because someone made a comment. Oh, I remember when I would draw is, oh, you drew outside the lines. And then I would try to draw inside the line. And the minute I went outside the line, I would crumple up a piece of paper and throw it away. Right. That killed something in me. Right. That I've probably spent the rest of my life trying to achieve and knowing deep down, but you're really not that talented. Right. We've all got those. So that's what play about. And then create excellence or create great is take what you've learned and now like take something that you want to do and right. And then generously lead is be in community, share what you're learning, share what you're doing. Where do you share it? Well, share it at the AI Salon, but also share it on Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, share it on Twitter, share it at the stupid fucking dinner party that you have to go to. Oh my God, I don't want to go. And your spouse is like, hey, listen, dear, could you not talk about AI at dinner tonight? Fucking talk about AI at dinner. Just be in the conversation. And then I'm going to get to the practice in a second. Wait, what was that? Is free ChatGPT something? What was the question? Harry Chapin, no need to see flowers. Wait, the pinned comments are coming and going too fast for me to read. Is free ChatGPT? I have memory. I've always had to pay, but I don't know now. Free ChatGPT, I'm pretty sure it has memory, yes, is remarkably powerful. Like, I don't think you have to pay for ChatGPT, personally. I think you can. I don't think you have to. Just the free version is like, you could spend a decade trying to learn free ChatGPT right now if it never changed again. Wait. What I would do to be a youngster again. Oh my God. I can't, being a kid right now, like Brandon's kids are so lucky to have him as a father because he's like, as he's learning this AI, I think your kids are 4 and 6, right, Brandon? Oh, 4 and 8. Okay. 4 and 8. And as they have ideas, he's like, oh, that could be a song. Hey, come on over. Let's make you a song. Let's make you a book. Let's take the game you invented on the beach and vibe code it when we get home so you can keep playing that game on the computer. Like he is modeling for them that they're entering a world where they can just invent shit. Holy shit. Okay. So that's what the cycle of AI readiness is. So the practice, the AI Salon Mastermind practice is a 9-segment framework that we've developed that we're going to roll out over. It looks like it's going to be a 12-week course. So or not a course, a 12-week cycle. You can join at any time. But that 12-week cycle is going to start with a kickoff. Then we're going to talk about like, who are you? What are your values? Then we're going to get into play, like how do you learn? How do you play? How do you play with intention based on who you are and what your values are and what you want to achieve in the world? What does that play look like? And then how do we start building stuff? And how do we professionalize what we do? And then the leadership part is how do we do that in community and share it? And so that daily practice is going to be something that we develop over these 12-week cycles. So if you're not a part of the mastermind, now's the fucking time to get in because we kick the first one of these off this Thursday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. All right. It's going to be so cool. All right. So to put it in AI in a group is awesome. Yeah. It's like, so a little bit about my background, which the irregular's like, oh God, is he going to say the web thing again? I am. So I was there for the early days of the web, and I created a similar group to the AI Salon in New York City called the World Wide Web Artists Consortium. And so I had started an online magazine, I started a digital agency, and then I started this group. And the reason I started the group is I kept asking people, how do you do this web thing? Like, what's this HTML? How do you do this? And they're like, I was wondering the same thing. And then we go talk to someone else. Hey, you seem pretty smart about this. Oh no, I don't. I just learned I can make a thing wiggle. You're like, how do you make a thing wiggle? Oh, you just put this in here and you put a 0 here and a 1 here, and then you copy and paste those a bunch of times. Oh, that's cool, right? Like, we invented, web animation, and we invented all sorts of shit. Why? Because nobody knew what they were doing. And so I've been in this movie before, but the remarkable thing about AI is it's just the level of capability that it's giving us it's profound. It is fucking massive and profound. And it's funny. There's a lot of people that really hate on AI, and there's a lot of people that justifiably say, people that are just like Pollyannish about AI. Oh, they're just the optimists. They're just pretending the bad stuff isn't there. I know the bad stuff's there. I know how these things were trained unethically, sucks. I know that there's bias in the models, and that sucks. I know that there's all these imperfections to it. But what I know, the only thing that I really know, I know this, is that AI is not going away. And then if it's not going away, you got two choices. Two. It's binary. It's literally binary. You deal with it or you don't. That's the choice. And if you're going to deal with it, then fucking lean in and learn everything you can about it, and learn what it makes possible, and learn what it does well, and learn what it doesn't do well, and learn what the shitty ethics are. Because maybe you can do something to make a difference for them if you're actually in the conversation. Those people that choose not to deal with it, AI is going to happen to them. And it's going to fucking suck. And I don't know, there's something in my soul. It happened in 1994, and it's happening right now. There's something in me that's you got to talk about this stuff. You got to play. You got to get in here. You got to sort of lighten the conversation and just get people playing. So anyway, the mastermind practice is about understanding who you are as a human, what your values are, what you want to do in the world, which I don't think a lot of people spend a lot of time doing that anyway. So I think there's just something valuable in that. And then it's putting some rigor around how you learn, how you explore, how you're curious, how you're adaptable, how you establish and hold a vision. Liz Miller-Gershfeld talks about her commitment to the fidelity of the idea. I fucking love that phrase. She's like, okay, I got hired to do this job. They gave me the creative brief. I understand the creative brief. So I've got this idea in my head of what it needs to be. And then she's working with AI, but she doesn't care what tool she uses. What she's got in her head is not tools. She's got the idea. And it's her job to live into the fidelity of the idea, to make sure that everything that she's creating is serving that idea. Those are going to be the people that do the remarkable work, that take things to the next level, that rise above the noise. If everyone can do everything, then the shit that gets produced is going to be better, but it's just going to be the new bottom is just higher. And that's still the bottom. And the shit that rises above the noise is going to be human-led. And so that's what the practice is all about. So join the mastermind. If you go into the AI Salon right now, you can go into the community feed. It's one of the top spaces. And I did a big post today about the mastermind, and you can click on the link. We take you straight into the to the event calendar, where if you're a member of the mastermind, you just RSVP for it. And if you're not, when you click on that link, it'll take you to a page that tells you all about the mastermind, what that framework is, and what we're going to be doing over the 12-week cycle. And you can sign up. All right. Woo! What time is it? Yeah, I had a feeling it was late. I've been yapping a lot, huh? Any questions, thoughts? That was a big rant. It was Meltdown Monday. It was good. I'm in the mastermind. I need to hurt over there. Yeah, so definitely. So if you've been in the mastermind and you've come to any of our mastermind founder hangouts, they were cool, but they were just hangouts. And we're putting some intentionality behind the practice lab. Is not going to just be a hangout. It's going to be a very intentional space. I think it's important for us as a community, and particularly this community where, I bring a lot of irreverence to this and a lot of like, gee shucks, gee shucks, none of us are an expert, things like that. What we can be expert at is knowing what we want to create in the world and at what level. That we can be expert at. And that's going to take work, a daily practice, like an intentional daily practice. Who do you want to be? What level of work do you want to do? If you just want to hang out in the sidelines and dick around, I totally respect that. I think relatively quickly, we're going to get to the place where choosing to make a difference and do something big will be completely optional. Choosing to work will be optional. Now, that might be 5 years out. It might be 10 years out. But like, that's where we're headed. But those people that choose right now to go, you know what? The reason we call the cycle AI readiness and not AI literacy kind of implies that you can learn the tools well enough to be excellent at AI. You can't, but you can be ready for it, and you can be in a daily practice, and you can be so good at AI that it just becomes like breathing, where you're like, I've got an idea. You can, it's a much more relaxing kind of way to be. So in the olden timey days in this channel, the way to be was, we got to figure out the tool. What's the next tool? What's the next tool? What's the next tool? And we've still got some vestigial, I think, behaviors like that. Like I'll see a new tool, I get excited, and I'll just come in and talk about the tool. That's fine. Like, part of play is exploring what's possible. But we got to step up the game. And stepping up the game isn't about getting better at vibe coding. It isn't about getting better at, like, getting better at the tools is just part of the practice. The thing that will make the difference is you. That's what this is all about. All right. How can we make editing AI generative work less messy? I want to design by voice that can ship. So at SXS, the smartass but actual real answer to your question is just wait. The tools right now are fucking just maddeningly, they're tantalizingly close to being useful. Right? Every fucking one, from ChatGPT to Claude to Midjourney to fucking Kling to all of them to Lovable. They're tantalizingly close. Where when you first start working with AI tools, you're like, oh my God, this is revelatory. This is going to change everything. I'm going to be able to just speak an app into existence. And then you do. And then you're like, oh, but I think I'd like that color to be not purple. Could I make it green? And then you make that color green and it fucks up your app. You're like, wait, I just wanted that green. Why does it not work anymore? Right? Like, It's not going to be like that for long. But here's what I would argue. Get in a daily practice of understanding what you want first. And like what you want to do is you want to ship. Okay, great. What does that look like to you? What level of competence of the app does that actually represent? And then what you can do is, once you understand what you want, what your level of excellence is, then you can say, okay, with the current tools, I can get to about 80% of that ideal. And then if I work really hard, I can get to like 90%. And I'm going to be fucking frustrated and pissed off at that last 10%. But you know what? Ship it anyway. Because 3 months from now, something's going to change where now you can get to 90% easily and you can push it to 95. And like that's just going to keep getting closer and closer and closer. And at some point, your ideal is going to be here. You're going to be able to speak something in existence and it's going to show up at or above your level. And you will know instantly that the tech has just hit that level because you're in the conversation. So there could be answers in your current tech stack of how you could get better results, but like I wouldn't worry too much about that shit. What I would worry more about is what do you want, understand what that is, and then learn as much as you can about where we are today and just let the tools catch up. Because they will. They're going to catch up. 2026 is going to be bonkers. 2026, I think we're going to start to see tools that really deliver. Like on the video tools, we're going to get tools where the acting's really good. It'll deliver, I don't know, 60-second to 3-minute multi-scene, complicated storytelling, complicated visuals, consistent color grading. Like that's probably 2026. And then for every discipline. And then it'll still be tantalizingly close. But 3 years from now, it'll be good. And then you'll be, if you've established yourself as someone who gives a shit in your particular area of passion, then you're going to have massive opportunity. TikTok pin, frankly, Q. I'm looking to make accessories and skill sets in MCP. Love that. I have this wild idea on how to use MCPs. Make clips for studios, easy to sell scripts. I fucking love that. I'm telling you what, right now, MCPs are incredibly powerful. They're not something that I have built anything on, and I've never even pursued demoing them here on the live. This Saturday, okay, if you're not a member of the AI Salon, this is for free. This is not part of the mastermind. One of the things we have in the AI Salon that Vicky Baptiste runs is a thing called LOLs, learn out louds, right? Our generously lead value of the cycle encourages our members to teach what you're learning. This Saturday, there's a guy named Brent Peterson who's got a company called Signal and Cipher. Fucking brilliant. He's been building an agentic system for the past, 2.5 years. That is bonkers. Like they've filed patents for it. Like it's bonkers what he's built. He's teaching this Saturday for free how he uses N8N and MCPs to do incredible workflows. So you should go do that. It looks like Genius in here can teach, frankly, a few things. Great. If you've got ideas for how to make MCPs more available, more sexy, more creative, more like whatever it is, fucking go for it. Because if you think about what MCP is right now, it was an attempt by Anthropic to establish a protocol, right? And protocols are really important, but they're really hard to establish, right? Because everyone's got to agree to use them. Like HTML. Okay, we all decided we're going to use HTML. Great. Tim Berners-Lee and, browsers. Everyone built browsers around HTML. Like there could have been SGML and XML and all that sort of thing. Tim Berners-Lee did HTML. it got adopted as a protocol, and it changed the world, right? So establishing one of those is rare and hard. And so what Anthropic did is they said, here's this protocol or this proposal for a protocol. Here's this thing we think is pretty cool. OpenAI adopting that and saying, yeah, that's cool enough that we're going to support that too, is a big fucking deal. But it's still at like protocol level complexity. You've got to be a fucking engineer, right? What they haven't done with MCPs yet is bubble them up like ChatGPT did. ChatGPT made large language models accessible to human beings that don't have engineering degrees, right? They got to 100 million users in 6 weeks, fastest adoption of technology in history. Well, MCPs are still bubbling down under the surface. You have to be a fucking nerd, A, to even know what they are, and B, to do anything interesting with them. And then if you can have an idea that you're talking about and take them to the next level, where it makes them accessible to a whole new strata of users, fucking the opportunity there it's insane. It's insane. So fucking go for that. Yes, and I think MCPs can do a lot more. Remedial class. We'll go look up and ask chat. Oh, remedial class on MCPs. Oh, if you don't, so MCPs, so there's a thing in programming called an API. And so if I've got a site, the simplest example I can use is Google Maps. So Google launched a bunch of satellites, mapped the whole fucking world, built a bunch of software, right? So if you've got an app and you want people to be able to use a map in your app, you could go launch a bunch of satellites, map the Earth, come up with a way to represent that visually, or you could use the Google API, Application Programming Interface, right? And so they publish this thing that's for nerds to be able to go, okay, if I want to put a map inside my application, I'm going to get an API key, and I'm going to understand what are the elements that I can here's how I send an address in, and then here's how Google Maps is going to do that, and then they're going to send me back a thing, and I've got to understand all those hooks, all those, what am I sending and what am I receiving, and how much is it costing me each time. So the API is the thing that lets your app like literally just use Google Maps. MCPs are like a layer above that, where you don't have to actually write a software level connection to your app. You can just say, hey, here's my website, and on my website you can buy shit and you can make pictures, and like one of them's Blender, and here's a bunch of shit you can do in Blender. And with MCPs you can just kind of describe what your website does, and you build what's called an MCP server that basically says, okay, using this protocol, all of my features of my website, this understands. And if ChatGPT or Claude wants to do something like Blender, and you have an MCP server for Blender, ChatGPT can basically just go, hey, make me like a spinning top, in a crazy world. And the MCP will translate that into what Blender does technically, and then it'll spit you back your result. It's super cool. You don't have to build and subscribe to APIs. You just, as people build these MCP servers, you can literally just call them, right? And so super cool. Server offline, online MCP. Beautiful. Yeah, white labeling MCPs is pretty brilliant. I think that's good. I really appreciate you explaining it, truly. Yeah, it's a super cool thing. And in fact, so here I can show you something. I know we're late, but that's okay. Let me show you something, because I'm on a roll. That's why I have butter on my pants. Okay. So in ChatGPT, they just launched a thing. Wait, what am I doing? Share screen. There we go. They just launched a thing called applications. So within ChatGPT now, There are, I forget, there's like a dozen right now. But I can just go at Canva, right? And see when I did at Canva, it popped up the Canva logo. So this is using MCP protocols. So I'm in ChatGPT and I can say, based on what you know about AI Festivus, make me an invite, save the date, social media graphic I can use. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter, right? And so what this is going to do now is it's doing its large language model thing on what I asked for. But see this window it just spun up? See these multiple windows here? These are actually little windows, little HTML preview windows that Canva. So Canva is now off designing whatever ChatGPT sent it about. I don't know what it knows about Festivus or what it remembers, but it sent some shit over to Canva. Canva's now selecting some templates because they figured out what were the things they were going to do. And then there's AI Festivus 2025. And these are live Canva things that I can say open in Canva. Right here, it says open in Canva. So this is a live editable. It's a preview in ChatGPT, but this is live on over in Canva. And so are the other ones. Right? And it doesn't know anything about Festivus. So if I gave it, I could upload graphics and say match these colors. I could upload dates and times. And this is all just like imagine when this gets good. Right now it's kind of a mess and it's janky and it's stupid, but again, ain't gonna be stupid for long. What is the most common protocol agents used for transactions? X409. I honestly don't know. I do know that ChatGPT cut a deal with who's the transaction. They're going to be doing native transactions within ChatGPT. I don't know what protocol they're using. Bro, you talk like me, janky. Embrace the jank, baby. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, and I can just hop over to, if I click on that, now I'm over in Canva. Although it said forbidden for whatever reason. So, all right. Groovy. I'm thinking transaction, but deeper. What is native? Oh, did I use the term native? Native means, okay. So this preview came from Canva, and it, when you, okay, let me show you something. When I say plus and I go into agent mode and I say, let's see, research some, I'm trying to do something that's not go book me tickets on a plane. Research bespoke, this is good, bespoke candle makers in Oregon or California, and find me 10 with natural ingredients and fun animal shapes. So when I do this, you're going to watch ChatGPT now is going to spin up this blue window. So this is what's called a container. I don't know if this is technically a container, but it's like a container. So basically, this is a little web browser inside your chat And so those applications, when I when I say do something in Canva, it's giving me a little window into the activity, like what Canva's doing, and putting it in there. So this is a discrete virtual computer, for lack of a better term. It's it's kind of a fake, virtual computer, but it's a little container that lives inside a chat, and it's doing its own thing. I can now go down here and do other things. I can leave and come back, but this is a whole world within itself. So it's like a native window. Does that make sense? Sandboxed. Yeah, it is sandboxed, right? So it can't do things to your computer. It can't erase your hard drive. It's doing it in this little safe little sandbox. Like the coding. Yeah, this isn't showing us all the coding. I think you can look at it. If I go look at activity, you can see the prompts that this is doing. So what you're not seeing when you're just watching it surf like that, it's showing you like HTML, but it's like, I'm starting to research bespoke candle makers. I'll use the browser search function. So it's figuring out what tools it's going to use. I've searched the web. I found some candle companies. I found Etsy and Agaboo Candle, and here's the search result, right? So it's talking to itself, but if I go to desktop view, you don't have to watch all that. You don't have to pay attention to that. You can literally watch it surf the web, right? And so this is what agents do. So when you go to GenSpark or you go to Manus, look, so this is literally surfing the web on our behalf. Pocket universe, just trying to expand my mind on it. Like this is trippy shit. That's what I was saying. When I was saying earlier, we're interacting right now with AI where we understand our role and the importance of our role. And the person that came in earlier and said, wait, how do I get this thing to not suck? Like, how do I just talk an app into existence that's good enough to ship? And I said, well, you got to wait. Right now, the AI tools are so bad. They're like remarkably good up until the point you want to do something professional, and then they suck. They fall apart. And everything is like that right now. There's not a single tool that I know of that is truly talk something into existence that's commercial grade. Nothing. But imagine when that day comes. Because what's going to happen is when that day comes, it's going to come not just for one tool, but you've noticed over 2025, someone launches something new and remarkable, and within 2 months, everyone else has matched it, right? That's going to keep happening. And the minute someone launches something that is truly world-class and delivers world-class results, all of a sudden, our role changes. We're no longer the people that have to make sure that the AI doesn't suck. We're now the people that need to make sure that what's being created in it is interesting because everyone's going to be doing everything. And then all of that's going to be not interesting. And what's going to be interesting is the shit that rises above the noise. Who does that? It's going to be the artists. It's going to be the creative people. It's going to be the creative thinkers. It's going to be the critical thinkers. That's why I'm pushing this daily practice thing so hard, because that's going to be our job. It's not right now. It doesn't mean you shouldn't build shit right now. You should absolutely build shit right now so that you know what's possible, because the minute that new thing shows up, you will be there to pounce on it and know exactly what to do with it. So. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I need to drink. I didn't have enough dinner. I'm starving. I'm dehydrated. I'm all worked up. My hair's not bad though. I got some nice. The dew tonight held up. What do we need to talk about, Brandon? It's Monday. We got nothing going on tomorrow that's special. Save the date, the 26th. Oh, we're on Gemini Watch. Yeah, this week we could get Nano Banana 2, which again, I think Nano Banana 2 isn't just about images. It starts to be a new way of expressing outputs of the large language model. There's just, that's going to be remarkable. And then Gemini 3 is apparently coming out, and they're going to retire all the 2.5 shit. So that could be this week, or it could be the 18th. So the rumor I've heard is Nano Banana tomorrow, the 11th, and Gemini 3 on the 18th. But that's all just chat TMZ bullshit. So, but I think, okay, one more thing. November is an important month for AI. Why? Because ChatGPT came out November 30th, 2022. And so everybody knows that ChatGPT going to be dropping some shit in November. So they all either want to preempt or post-empt, or whatever the fuck it is when you don't preempt something, but you do it on the other side. They want to steal OpenAI's thunder. So we should get some shit from OpenAI. We should get some shit from Google. We have no fucking idea what Meta's doing, except Meta. If you haven't played with Meta AI recently, you now have free Midjourney inside meta.ai. Full on Midjourney. You can use SREFs and everything. It's a much more simplified interface, but it's Midjourney. People don't believe me online, but it is. Like, so this month is going to be crazy. So keep coming back here. Join the AI Salon. Sign up for the mastermind. Start designing your daily practice. And we're going to start to turn the level of heat up in this channel. All right? And you're going to do some amazing things in the world. Okay. I'm out of here. All right? I did my video in Meta AI, by the way. Very cool. Yeah, you like the Meta AI thing, you can even do video in it for free. So go there now, because I don't think it's going to be free for long. But it's free right now. All right? Beautiful. For the folks that are new here tonight, thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to say, hey, I'm trying to figure this shit out. We're all trying to figure this shit out. Jump in, keep coming back. Join the community. Get active in the community. All right? Join the mastermind. Start your daily practice. It'll change your fucking life. I promise you. Ask anyone in here. The people that come here night after night are called the irregulars. And they are. They're weird. But to a person, they can tell you they have changed their lives by just showing up and being in this conversation. So keep doing that. And thanks for coming tonight. All right. Peace out. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Mountain Time.